Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, first of all, could you tell us about yourself and the University of South Carolina? What are some main characteristics of your school?
Sure. So my name's Dominic Berardi. I'm a Regional Director of Recruitment for Southeast Asia. Very happy to be in Vietnam again. And actually the first thing to tell you about the University of South Carolina is it's actually very comfortable for Vietnam students. The weather is very similar to Ho Chi Minh City. A little cooler, but not really any winter. It doesn't get too cold. And you know, the University of South Carolina is located in Columbia, South Carolina. So it's the southeastern part of the United States. But we're very proud of our history and our traditions at the University of South Carolina. We have a very strong faculty. The university is a Tier 1 institution, ranked number 119 in the U.S. So when you think about 3,000 universities in the U.S.,
Yes.
being number 119 is pretty good. But we've got a lot of amazing programs that we're very proud of. I can tell you a little bit more about those later.
Yes, thank you. So, what are the strongest programs at your school?
Sure. Well, we are very proud that for 16 years we have been ranked by U.S. News and World Report as the #1 international business program at the undergraduate level and the #1 international business program at the graduate level. The Darla Moore College of Business is very strong in a number of different disciplines, and even if students want to study finance or marketing or accounting, there's a lot of opportunities to do so with world-class faculty.
Yes, and how much should a student budget for tuition fee, books, housing, and so on?
So tuition and fees are about $32,000 US. One of the nice things about the Southeast is it's a pretty low cost of living. So when you add up, you compare to Boston or California or New York, the fees are about the same.
Yes.
For a university this size, or this caliber, but the cost of living is slightly lower. So the total budget that I recommend to students is to look at around $45,000 to $46,000 US for everything, for books, housing, food, living expenses.
Yes, and are there any undergraduate scholarships to the student, and how much they are, and for how long?
Sure. So with scholarships at the undergraduate level, they're primarily merit-based scholarships, which means students apply once they arrive, and the highest caliber students are awarded. We do have some limited scholarships for undergraduates, who are applying for the top students. So it's really about an interview, and it's about trying to find out, what the student is passionate about, and really telling a story about why they're going to the U.S., why it's important to them, and how they plan to use their degree, when they come back. So we have scholarships that are between 10% and 25% of year 1 tuition. But after year 1, students would have to be approved by faculty to continue scholarships. So it's pretty limited after year 1.
Fantastic. Yes.
Yeah.
So what is the accelerated program?
So the International Accelerator Program is it's more than just services. It's a whole program at the university dedicated to helping Vietnam students be successful. So a lot of times Vietnamese students, they have good language skills, but they struggle with some things. Writing, for example, or speaking. So rather than going just to study ESL or language training, this is a blended program where they're taking academic courses for credit towards their degree, and then they're also getting support with language. The other important part about the accelerator is students are able to come in and get a whole bunch of services from the university. So everything from picking them up at the airport, making sure they get a cell phone and a bank account within 2 days of arriving, and really making sure that they are introduced to the Vietnamese Student Society, that they're building friends and building community. So when you look at what the accelerator actually is, it's providing services and academic support so that students are able to be successful from the very beginning. So they're able to focus on their school without the distractions of how difficult it is to move to a foreign country. So we try to create a home away from home in South Carolina.
Yes, I see. Yes, and how about the Career Accelerated program for the student?
Sure. The Career Accelerator is really exciting. You know, I've been coming to Vietnam for about 6 years and meeting with students.
6 years already.
Yes, Ho Chi Minh City is one of my favorite places in the world. But, you know, when I talk to students, and I've seen students that I worked with that have now graduated and come back to Vietnam, one of the biggest things they tell me is that they got their degree, but they have difficulty explaining what they're really good at, communicating the value of their skills.
Yes.
And what they learned in the U.S. so that an employer in Vietnam sees that value and wants to pay them more money, you know, than if they went to school locally. So the Career Accelerator is a whole series of 2 years worth of programming.
Yes.
Where students have to go through interview training.
Yes.
They have to be videotaped. We give them feedback. We help them think about what it is that they want to do, you know, with their degree,
yes.
and we record that over time. So as it changes, students are able to, you know, include different coursework in their program to improve their interviewing skills. Now, the most important part about the Career Accelerator is any student that goes through the program and gets a 3.3 GPA will be guaranteed an opportunity to interview for a job.
Yes.
We can't promise we'll get them a job, but we will promise we'll give them an opportunity to interview and give them the best chance they can.
Thank you very much for your information. I think it's very useful for the students who are interested in University of South Carolina. Thank you for your coming
Thanks.
today. Yes. Goodbye.